Hey guys, it's story time. Let me turn that off. A number of years ago, I, I I got into a bit of an argument when I used to use social media, which I don't encourage any of you to be a part of anymore. But uh, this trendy gal that I've known since you know young adulthood. Um, I tried to convince her that a 70s Ford pickup with a big block getting 6 miles to the gallon was more eco friendly than her Prius. She wasn't having it. That was not, that was definitely not a conversation she wanted to have. She couldn't see it at all. Now, a little bit of backstory, if necessary. Um, I've been machining metal since 1992, 93. Okay. Started in high school, got a job in a machine shop, and learned to be a machinist. And through all that, I got to, I wanted to understand more, and I got to see uh, and understand and experience metallurgy, what it takes to manufacture these goods. Most people don't understand that the more exotic the material, the more process it takes, and how really destructive on this planet, if you're really an eco, uh, it's for me, we gotta look out for it. You don't understand what it takes to make solar panels, exotic batteries, all of the materials involved with this exotic transfer of energy in such a fast way. Most people don't understand that electricity doesn't move fast, it moves slowly. It's just a pushing of electrons through any given material. But that's a side note. She couldn't understand. How could a truck getting 6 miles to the gallon be more environmentally friendly than this Prius? It gets such good gas mileage. She doesn't understand what it takes to make the motors that drive it, the batteries, the plastics, all of it, and to maintenance it over a longevity. Let's use a time frame of 100 years. Okay, what it takes. That truck getting 6 miles to the gallon, it's dirty, but it doesn't require a lot of maintenance. Very little. You just keep pumping gas into it. Keep changing the oil. Whereas that Prius requires so much. After so long, those batteries that, you know, are doing their own damage being manufactured on the planet, they have to be replaced or else they don't do their job. Same thing with the drive components. They do not continue to do their job without maintenance or replacement. That big block, if left alone, maintenance and driven, just keep going and going and going and going. I'm not talking about bleeding oil or coolant all over the place. Nobody wants that. But the idea between swapping one starter alternator drive motor unit out for another one versus doing a head gasket and bearings on a big block. Yeah, which costs more? Which put more of a strain on the system? It's not hard to figure out. Right? Now, let's go a step further. Let's talk about what happens when it's let's say they've both done their 100 years. Okay? And that's a stretch, but whatever. Um, that Ford, that 70s Ford, what, has maybe 10, let's be generous, about 10 pounds of plastic in its entirety of the vehicle. All right? And it's made of a rotten plastic that will actually go back into the ground. Whereas that Prius, oh, it's made of some sturdy, long-lasting plastic. And it'll stick around for hundreds of years. So once they've entered the end of their life cycle and they're parked into a field next to one another, that Ford will go back into the ground pretty well. And that Prius won't. Right? And that's a whole separate end of that spectrum that most people don't talk about or think about. They don't have an understanding. They don't get it. They get sold on the idea of green because they want to be. And I get it. You want to be something, you want to be part of not destroying the world. But you don't really understand what you're being sold on. Now, if any of you have any arguments, bring them. I'm pretty good with this. Right? It's 4 a.m. and I'm white girl wasted when I shoot this video. So, hit me up. Slam the comments. Try and hurt my feelings.